Namaste everyone. We are the students from DAV Boys Senior Secondary School, Mogappair, to enact a play showing how to treat each other with affection and respect. Nowadays, we see that people have become self-conscious in the society. They despise each other, indulging in selfishness. They never think about welfare of others. This play brings out the concept of mutual respect showcased by animals and birds in the society through Mother Nature. Now let's begin the story.
Who is that polluting the pleasant morning vibes? It is the from making unpleasant sounds. Hey, don't talk such things. Even I am a bird like you. A bird with an unpleasant voice and ugly body. Look at me. I am so weak. I can stand the whole day. I stand for being keen and purity. I think they should elect me as the new king. So what if we stand for the whole ten? You're always alone. We stay together under an example of love. I stand for an example of purity. I can separate water from milk. So choose me as a king. Even if I have an ugly body and unpleasant voice, I stand as an example of unity worldwide. I think I should be the new king. Ha 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 ha! A bird who makes a disturbing loud noise. How can you be a king? Have you forgotten? If I don't take care of your babies and mine, then where will you be? I agree. We are not hard workers, but we are smart. So smart can be the king. I heard everything. You're not smart, just lazy. I'm the mightiest of all animals, so I will protect you all with all your concerns and let me as one branch. Ha 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 ha! Stop crying. I have a beautiful run in my head, given by God itself, so I should be the one branch. You might be beautiful, but you don't sound sweet. Ants are hard workers, so I should be the king.
Is it? Look at you. Anybody can crush you in no time. I am the tallest. You all are short and do not deserve to be the king.
I should be the king. I should be the king. I should be the king. Oh, creatures. Oh, creatures. Please stop fighting over a position. For all my children, all of you are best and unique in your own ways. Oh dear, we are all dependent on each other. Yes, Mother Nature is saying the truth. We humans seek to live in harmony with all other living beings. We share the same earth. The Bali Vaishwadeva Yagna celebrates life. It reminds us that we are all part of a big family. Help us live in compassion and peace. Namaste and you.
The importance of conserving our mother.
na anya pantha vidyate yanaya. Respected audience present over here today. So after a wonderful meditation session, let us have a brief discussion on two specific shlokas and understand the meaning and their context in our everyday lives. So the first shloka that you can see out on the screen is from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, shloka number 5. And this particular shloka, it says, Udare Manatmanam Natmanam Avasadaye Atmaiva Yatmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuhu Atmana. So this shloka essentially, it invokes certain feeling within us and instills, I would say, a certain level of confidence within us. It is essentially saying that we are our own enemy or we are our own friend. Udare dat manatmanam natmanam avasadaye. Atma eva, second sentence, please take a look at it clearly. Atma eva atmanaha bandhu. That means we alone. Bandhu means what? Bandhu means friend, right? So, and second says Atma eva ripuhu atmanaha. Ripuhu means enemy. Ripuhu means enemy. So it's saying that we are our own friend and we are our own enemy, right? And it says that you need to lift yourself. The first sentence, the first line says, Udare datmanatmanam natmanam avasadaye. We need to lift ourselves and not let it fall in grace. There was once, let me give a small story. So there was a large organization in which suddenly one day announcement was made that the person stopping your progress in this company has passed away. The person stopping your progress in this company has passed away suddenly. So as such, there's a lot of inquisitiveness. People obviously do feel sad when someone passes away, right? And they're all very inquisitive as well, because it's a very different kind of statement. Like someone who is holding your progress has passed away, right? So they all got inquisitive, and they said the funeral is the following day. And next day, the funeral was held, and a pit was dug for the coffin to be lowered, right? So all had gathered around, and the coffin was lowered, and people were eager to know, right, as to who passed away. So they came closer to this pit, and they noticed within that kept one large mirror. One large mirror, right? I hope you understand as to what did that really mean, right? Looking at the mirror, people got the message that we are our own enemy, we are our own friend. It's up to us, right, as to how do we lift ourselves or how do we degrade ourselves. That's what this shloka is essentially saying. Just go next slide, please. So, one thing that we all in our lives, we have three different types of lives. How many? Three different types of lives. The first type of life is our public life. When we go outside, we go to work, or we go to a society, you come to a place like this, right? We all tend to behave in a certain way. Yes or no? Yes. We are very conscious about our image. what people will think of us. So the way we dress, the way we talk, right? Ideally, we don't want to lose our temper. We want to behave in a certain acceptable way, and that is our public life. Right? The second layer is our private life. Private life is the life wherein we are either alone or with close family members, someone whom you really trust. Right? And over there, we let our guard down to some extent, isn't it? We are a bit more freer in some sense. Right? So that becomes our private life. The Shastras say the most important is your inner life. Inner life is the life that you lead completely in solitude. You live that life alone. Right? Only you know what your innermost feelings are, what your innermost thoughts are. That's something that no one else knows about it. No one else can change that. It's up to you. It's up to you as to how do you evolve in your inner life. And that's the area wherein you are most open to change. You are most open to change. If in public life someone tells you, oh, go do this, you want to revolt. Right? You don't want to accept that. Right? So it also is relevant in your private life. But in an inner life, right, you are most susceptible to change as well. But you need to be conscious about it. The process of meditation, which we went through now, coming to a satsang, listening to children, for example, a fantastic program by the boys Mogappair kids. Right? When you listen to all of this, you listen to that English song, that's the song on earth. Right? It helps you introspect. It helps you introspect. It helps you think about your inner life. Right? I'm sure we all would agree that when Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, we all come empty-handed and will go empty-handed. Right? Only thing that will go along with us is our karmic baggage. Right? That we will take along with us. So we'll just once again see this shloka together, and then I'll move the second shloka, which is also relevant to this one, and see that also the same context, and then possibly I'll take one or two questions. So just see this together. First, please. Please. Yeah. So let's say it together. Udare Lat Manat Manam Nat Manam Avasadaye Atmaiva. The second word is he plus Atmana. So the Sandhi becomes Hyatmana. It is he plus Atmana. So Hyatmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuhu Atmana. So this is the shloka from the Bhagavad Gita. Make sense? We'll move to the next shloka, which has a similar kind of a context. Right? This particular shloka is from the Chanakya. So I'm sure you all have heard about Chanakya, isn't it? Right? The great strategist. So he wrote this beautiful treatise, Chanakya, wherein in the chapter 10, shloka 9, is this beautiful message for us. It says, Yasya nasti swayam prajya shastram tasya karoti kim lochanabhyam vihinasya darpanaha kim karishyati. He's trying to explain over here, saying that Yasya nasti swayam prajya. It's relatively simple to understand. Yasya means whose. Na asti. Na asti means does not exist. Swayam means his own. Prajya means a sense of intellect, intensity to learn, intensity to absorb. Right? Yasya nasti swayam prajya. Prajya is an important word over here. Shastram tasya karoti kim. What can the Shastras do of that particular person? Yasya nasti swayam prajya shastram tasya karoti kim. The Shastras cannot really help a person who does not have his own sense of intellect, his own sense of being good. Udare Datmanat Manam Natmano Sadi, the previous sloka that we saw. Right? So one who does not have that self-sense of consciousness, that self-realization. Right? Yasya nasti swayam prajya shastram tasya karoti kim. Lochanabhyam vihinasya. Lochana means eyes. Lochanabhyam is a dual. We have two eyes, isn't it? So in Sanskrit, Lochanabhyam means two eyes. Lochanabhyam vihinasya. One who does not have the two eyes. Right? Darpana kim karishyati. Darpana means mirror. Right? What will the mirror do to a person? Or how will a mirror be useful for a person who does not have the two eyes? Right? One who is blind. Right? What will the mirror do to him? So in a way it's a similar shloka. Right? So it says that we have to ensure that we have our own sense of intellect. Just reading Shastras. Right? See, today, we need to think about it. All of us know we should speak the truth. Is there anything in the Shastras we can, but so difficult to really follow it in our lives. From a Shastra perspective, we all understand that. From a Shastra perspective, we understand that non-violence, ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha, shauch, santosh, tapa, swadhyaya, ishur pranidhan, the yama and niyamas need to be followed. Right? Non-violence, very important. Not stealing, very important. Right? All of this is fairly easy to know theoretically. Yes or no? Very easy to know theoretically, but extremely difficult to follow in our everyday lives. Right? That's why the previous shloka said that we are our own enemies or we can be our own friends. It's not about how much you know. We can read Shastras or Shastras, and I'm sure we have seen in our lives as well. Even different people who may have read multiple Shastras, but if you look at their lives, it's not really in the right direction, isn't it? We have seen that, right, in our lives, right? Because yasya nasti swayam prajya. If you don't have your own prajya, that sense of intellect, being able to follow dharmic path, right, you will not, the Shastras are of no use to you. Shri Krishna in the Mahabharata, right? He wanted to avoid the war, isn't it? So Shri Krishna went to the Kauravas as a last ditch attempt to avoid the war. And he went to the palace and he asked, what did he tell Duryodhana? That give for the Kauravas just five villages and let's avoid this war. What did Duryodhana say? I will not even give the bhumi even equal to a needle. Right? So previous day this conversation happened. Shri Krishna was obviously very disappointed. Next day morning, as Shri Krishna was leaving, right, back, Duryodhana came to see him off. And there was that moment of a few minutes where Shri Krishna had a one-on-one with Duryodhana and said, Duryodhana, what you are doing is definitely not right. Why are you going down this path? And Duryodhana, in that moment of weakness, said a very important sentence. He said, Shri Krishna, janami dharmam nachame nivritti, janami dharmam nachame pravritti, janami adharmam nachame nivritti. Is this beautiful sentence? He says, janami dharmam. Shri Krishna, not that I don't know what is dharma. Janami, I know that. Right? Nachame pravritti. I am not really able to go down that particular path of dharma. Pravritti, I don't have an inclination for it. I don't have an inclination for it. My prajya is not there to follow that. Janami dharmam nachame pravrittihi. Janami adharmam. I also know what adharma is. Nachame nivrittihi. I am not able to really come out of it. Right? It happens with all of us as well if you think about it. We make a resolution that I will always speak the truth. But when the situation arises, we go down a different path. We make a resolution that I don't want to lose my temper. But when the situation arises, we tend to lose our temper. Right? So, janami dharmam nachame pravrittihi, janami adharmam nachame nivritti. Right? This happens to all of us, and this is the parting sentence that Duryodhana mentions to Shri Krishna as he once again tells him that no, he is not willing to give any land to the Pandavas and the war becomes imminent. A philosopher once said, no one can persuade another to change. No one can persuade another one to change. Right? Each of us guards a gate of change, which is nothing but your inner life. We saw on the previous slide, public life, private life and inner life. Right? So each of us guards a gate of change that can only be opened from the inside. We cannot open the gate of another either by argument or by emotional appeal. We can possibly get them to agree for some time, right? But not on a continuous basis, right? So each of us, we have to ensure that our gate of change is always open. So just once again, we'll say together this second shloka. Yasya nasti swayam prajya shastram tasya karoti kim lochanabhyam vihinasya darpanaha kim karishyati. So I'll stop over here. If you have any questions, I can just take them, or we'll end with today's announcements. Yes, sir.
Namaste, Pitarji. So, I have a question on the first sloka. So, you were saying that a soul can be lifted by our own soul. I would like to understand, so what is the influence of external environment and peers on our actions? External environment and peers. Because we as parents, we strive best to give a good environment, put them in the right school, the right place for our children. But what is the conditioning that the environment does to the soul?
It's a good question, because definitely it's true that we do, the Shastras also say that a good sangati or a good environment definitely impacts a particular person. Right? And getting to a good school, a good sattvic environment, even for example coming over here, right? A Sunday morning could have been spent just lying in the bed, right? And you're coming over here, there's a good environment. So the environment definitely helps a person. Definitely helps a person. But the final element of change comes only from internal. Right? In a good environment as well, right? Different children look at the same thing differently. Right? The same thing differently. Some of them really absorb it very well. Some of them may not absorb even a sattvic environment. Right? But you at least increase the probability of sin. You increase the probability of sin. That if you're in a good environment, the probability of you being affected positively by it will be higher. But ultimately, we have seen in our lives that just because the two people are the same positive environment, they absorb the same extent positivity, the answer is no. And similarly, if you look at negative environment as well, right? Negative environment as well, it's not that two people get affected to the same extent. Actually, there was a movie as well, many years back, right? As to how two kids, right? They grew up in the same family, right? Father was a complete drunkard, right? Very difficult circumstances the family grew in, right? One became a very senior IPS officer, and one joined the one became a goon in the city, right? And so the Cyprus officer was interviewed, and he said that we all grew in the same family, right? I knew what I did not want to be, and my brother got influenced in terms of what was there in the family, right? So two children took very different messages from it. So if you're in a negative environment, you're reducing your probability, but it's not that you cannot grow out of it. Similarly, in a positive environment, you're increasing your probability, but once again, the gate of change is internal. For children, it could still be more, you can influence a bit more, but as we grow older, right, it becomes more and more, only internal change alone is possible. That's what Shastra tells. Thank you. Any question? Yes.
In today's world, does it make sense to practice this and balance between materialism and spiritualism? It was very easy for Duryodhana to, because he was only an order giver. But today, life has become so complex that these things, is practically making sense to practice to be successfully, spiritually, personally, and professionally. Because a lot of times things contradict each other. You, in spite of making things, you're not able to put it in practice.
It's true that environments evolve, right? But my response to you, sir, is that dharma is never binary. Dharma is never binary. It's not that you're at 0 or 1. It's not 0% or 100%. It is also somewhere where we can lie ourselves in between, right? So if going by your perspective, what I understand is that you say in today's context it's impossible to be 100%. Understandable. Be at 95%. Be at 90%. Right? Did not go down to 5%. So to that extent, right, in the spectrum where we are, right, it's true today, for example, take Satya. In our previous talks I said Satya is like, it has so many shades today, right? A company when it advertises, right, and gives in a very, very small, font, right, subject to market risks or terms and conditions apply. In a way there is asatya, right, because you're not giving the full perspective, right? So where are you on the scale of dharma? Between 0 and 100% is something that we'll think about, right? But if not at 100%, be at 95, 90 or 85. To that extent, definitely it is applicable to that extent. That's what I think. Yes.
So there are some situations where dharma supersedes satya. Let us say a soldier is being caught by the enemy army, and they are asking where all your other friends are hidden. He knows if he tells the north way, there will be his army and will defeat the enemy. If he tells the south, he will actually, his friends are there, the enemy will reach there and kill his friends. So in that case, if he speaks the truth, he will definitely going to harm his friends or the country. But dharma is to say the wrong thing. So in that case, whether it is asatya or like Yudhishthira once said, "Na asatthama dharma kunjaro." Was it asatya? Because वो भी disclaimer की तरह ही था ना कि बहुत free voice में बोला था, जैसे आपने बोला कि market risk. तो वो असत्य था या सत्य था? सत्य वहाँ पर धर्म क्या था उससे क्या?
So sir has a very deep question in terms of. I'll just quickly mention this question and then we will close today's session. So sir spoke about as to in terms of satya, right? How do you kind of look at satya? So many times, it's an often quoted example, you're standing at a particular place and a cow is slaughtered. Or maybe like, someone is chasing a lady, right? And the lady goes on one side and a person comes and asks you as to where is this person gone, right? If you give the right direction, that person will be harmed. So if you give a wrong direction, right? In a way, you will save this particular person. Is that asatya, right? I think pretty much that's the context, right? So in satya, but I'm not into the detail right now, but the intent is very important. The intent of that is very, very critical, right? As to what is the intent of what you are saying out there. So if the intent is very sattvic and pure, right? It may still not be 100%, it may be at 95% satya. So once again, I'll go back to the previous point. It's not 0 or 1, right? It's somewhere in between. So if your intent is right, you are much, much closer to dharma. And no one can be at 100%, in my mind. No one can be at pure 100%. But if you can lead a life which is more in 90s plus, I think that's a great life to be, right? And that's right. When you Yudhishthir, I'm sure all of us know about it, right? In the Mahabharata, what? He said Ashwathama, Mataha, and he asked Naro Kunjarova. So I'll not go into detail right now. That's right. Thank you very much. We'll have a short, quick couple of announcements as well. This one, this Ari Mahasammelan is there on the 29th and 30th of March in Navi Mumbai. 150 years of the Arya Samaj. Arya Samaj was set up in the year 1875. 1875 in Mumbai. So it's 150 years of the Arya Mahasammelan. This is being celebrated in Mumbai. The Arya Samaj was also set up in Mumbai, in South Mumbai to be precise. So there is this unique event celebrating the 150 years of the Arya Samaj over there in Mumbai, and there are some people definitely traveling from Pondicherry, Vidya Kendra and Chennai. There's also a train travel planned. One can always the flight as well. A train travel planned 27th of March. Those are details you can see over there. And if anyone is interested, please do get in touch, and we can, you can join. There's a group of people and children also going from the Vidya Kendra Pondicherry. So you may want to join if you would like to experience unique opportunity. Next one. The Holy